Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer. I am so excited to dig into today's topic with you. You know that feeling, right? You come back from a trip, unpack your bags, look at your bank account, and boom, total stress. You're completely travel broke, and honestly, you have absolutely no idea how it even happened. It's a universal pain, and today we're fixing it. We're breaking down some eye-opening source material to explore travel mistakes that are costing you money and exactly how to avoid them. Trust me, by the end of this explainer, you're going to look at your vacation budget in a whole new light. So have you ever asked yourself, why did I spend so much money and still feel like I kind of missed out? It's incredibly frustrating. But look, I want to validate that frustration right now, because most travelers don't even realize they're leaking money. The worst part is that overspending is rarely about those massive, obvious blunders, like, booking a 5-star penthouse when you only have a 2-star budget. Actually, as the source points out, it's the tiny, silent habits. It's those small, almost invisible choices that stack up surprisingly fast and quietly drain your wallet while you're out there supposedly having the time of your life. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're essentially following the chronological timeline of a typical vacation, so we can spot and plug in every single money leak along the way. 1. The silent travel money leaks. 2. Avoiding the booking traps. 3. Smart arrival and navigation. 4. Plugging daily spending leaks. And 5. The final day rule. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Section 1, the silent travel money leaks, uncovering the hidden traps. Moving right along to Section 2, avoiding the booking traps. These are the mistakes you're making before you even pull your suitcase out of the closet. All right, so we're at the very first phase of the travel timeline here. And remember, overspending isn't about being careless or bad with money. It's literally just about not knowing these silent traps exist. You sit down at your laptop and bam, the panic hits. A lot of folks think, hey, if I book super early, I'll save cash. But booking too early actually isn't always cheaper. On the flip side, the other extreme is just as dangerous. People wait way too long, nervously hoping the prices will magically drop, and they end up paying double. Listen, flights are emotional traps. The airlines totally know how to manufacture scarcity and urgency. If you book on impulse because it looks cheap today or out of sheer panic, you're falling right into their hands. Take a breath. Let's look at the fix. The data shows us there's a sweet spot, usually a few weeks to a few months prior to your trip, depending on how far you're flying. To protect yourself from those emotional impulses, let tech do the heavy lifting. Set up price alerts so you aren't obsessively refreshing the page. Compare flexible dates if your schedule allows. And above all, do not book on impulse. Let the data guide you, not the FOMO. Which brings us to mistake number 2, ignoring hidden hotel fees. You spot what looks like an incredible, budget-friendly hotel. You're thrilled, but watch what happens. By the time they slap on taxes, those random service charges, unavoidable resort fees, and yes, believe it or not, this is still a thing in some places, Wi-Fi fees, that cheap headline rate is totally gone. Suddenly, your budget room has rapidly inflated to a luxury price tag, and your wallet takes a massive hit before you've even checked in. So, the crucial point here is this. Do your homework before you click confirm. The simple fix is to always click through to the very last page of the checkout process so you can see the final out-the-door price. Never base your budget on the headline price. Also, trust the community. Skim the reviews. If multiple past guests are complaining about being hit with hidden fees upon arrival, believe them and look elsewhere. Section 3, smart arrival and navigation. Don't get caught off guard. Your flight's booked, the hotel is secured, and you finally landed. But listen, you're exhausted, you're lugging heavy bags around, and that makes you incredibly vulnerable to mistake number 3. You stroll out of the terminal, and the very first thing you see is a brightly lit, highly organized taxi line. Is it convenient? For sure. Is it wildly expensive? Oh, absolutely. Airports notoriously charge steep premium rates specifically targeted at tourists who just don't know any better. If you hop into the first car you see just because you're tired, you are unnecessarily throwing away your spending money. And it is so easy to prevent this. Before you even take off from home, or honestly, while you're standing there waiting for your bags at the carousel, do a 30-second check. Look up the local ride-sharing apps. See if there's a direct train or bus option right into the city center. Or hey, just pre-book your airport transfer in advance. Taking literally half a minute to check these alternatives will save you a surprising amount of money the very moment you land. Now, this arrival vulnerability perfectly ties into mistake 6, ignoring offline tools. Have you ever turned on your phone abroad without checking your data plan, only to get a roaming bill that physically makes you gasp? Or even worse, you get hopelessly lost without data and you panic buy some expensive solution or jump into another overpriced cab just to find your hotel? The fix requires just a tiny bit of proactivity. Before you travel, take 5 minutes to download offline maps of your destination. Save your hotel's exact address and phone number right into your offline notes. And definitely check your carrier's roaming plans ahead of time, or just plan to grab a cheap local SIM card at the airport. Locking down your navigation beforehand means you'll never be at the mercy of massive data fees or panic-driven decisions. Section 4. Plugging daily spending leaks. Protecting your money while you're out exploring. All right, you survived booking, you navigated the arrival, and now you're out exploring the city. This introduces mistake number 4, the view tax. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how sneaky it is. Say you find a lovely little cafe right next to the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseum. It's romantic, right? But you're paying the view tax. You're essentially paying triple the price for the exact same food in the exact same city, artificially inflated, simply because of the geography of your table. 10 to 15. That is the magic number. That's all it takes to fix the view tax. Walk just 10 to 15 minutes away from the major tourist hotspots. Get off the main square, wander down a side street. Even better, ask the locals where they eat, not where they send the tourists. If you walk just 10 to 15 minutes, you unlock the real food, the authentic culture, and, most importantly, the real prices. Which leads us straight into mistake number 5, not setting a daily budget. Look, this is where the vast majority of travel money just vanishes. You don't even feel it happening. It's just a coffee here, a quick snack there, a cute little souvenir, a random small museum entry fee. Without some kind of plan, your money completely disappears in a blur of tiny, untracked transactions. I know. The word budget sounds like a total buzzkill on vacation, but hear me out. The fix is to set a daily spending limit. And remember, this is not to restrict your fun. You're on vacation. You should absolutely enjoy yourself. But setting a daily limit is purely about awareness. It forces you to pause for a microsecond before tapping your card, making you conscious of the leak before the whole dam bursts.
Okay, Section 5, the final day rule. Shopping smart before you depart.
We have hit the final phase of your trip. You've had an amazing time and you want to bring a piece of it home. But watch out for mistake number 7, buying souvenirs too early. Travelers constantly do this. They spot something cute on day 1, panic that they won't see it again, and buy it immediately. Then, 3 days later, they see the exact same item in a different market for half the price. Ouch. The ultimate fix is to hold off on your shopping until your final day. This simple rule lets you compare prices throughout your whole trip, completely eliminates impulse buying, and, as a massive bonus, you already know exactly how much room you have left in your suitcase, letting you pack way smarter. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of our source material today. Travel isn't just about where you go. It's about how smart you move while you're there. You really don't have to sacrifice joy or luxury or experiences to save money. Avoiding these small traps, these tiny, silent reeks, is what makes literally all the difference between coming home totally stressed out and coming home perfectly content. I want to leave you with this final thought. Now that you know these small traps exist, now that you can see the view tax, dodge the emotional flight trap, and sniff out hidden hotel fees, how much will your wallet feel the difference on your next trip? You're empowered now. You've got the structural knowledge to stop the silent leaks in their tracks. If you found this breakdown valuable and you want to dive even deeper into becoming a super savvy traveler, our source today has so much more to offer. You can find more amazing travel tips, guides, and incredibly smart resources by visiting travel.org. You can also reach out via email at hello@travel.org or follow them on all social platforms at @travelism. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer. Travel smart, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.